Is it a city bike, a sports bike, or a naked bike with clothes on? Well, I'm Miguel, your bike guy, and today we are doing my review of my Aprilia RS660 Stars and Stripes. Let's get into it. With so many options for livable motorcycles here in the US, it might be hard to choose the right bike for you, but I'm gonna get into why I chose the RS660 Aprilia and my reasoning behind it. And first off, just look at the damn thing. It is so nice to look at from any angle. You can see that it has a very nice stance. It is ready to pounce on something, whether you're just commuting to work or trying to play with it at the track. Now, if you've been absorbing YouTube videos like I was doing before I bought the bike, you have noticed that a lot of people say that the seating position of the bike is not as compromised and it's gonna be a lot better on your back, especially if you're using it in the city. And me, 100% agree, because the reason is my first bike ever, never ridden a motorcycle before, I went out and bought a Suzuki GSX-R 600 because of, yeah, I don't like to listen to people's advice. But the nice thing is that owning that bike and surviving that bike, I really appreciate my Aprilia because it is not as much of a pain in the lower back, especially if you're commuting across the city or riding from Orlando right here to Daytona Beach like I did back in October for Oktoberfest. It was a nice, pleasant ride. And if you do have to go ahead and log a lot of miles on the highway, this bike is super techy, and that's another reason why I bought it, because this thing right here has cruise control. Now, when I was actually looking for bikes, I was looking for everything under the sun. The Aprilia, Ducati V2, another GSX-R 600, even though I hate that it looks so ugly in the front. But yeah, I came across the R7 and I love the way it looked. It looked absolutely amazing, but the more I learned about it, the more I realized that I don't think that bike would have been for me. One thing is that it only has the quick shifter up if you buy an extra accessory, where I wanted the bi-directional, goes up and down like the Aprilia does. So shiftless shifting just with the foot is absolutely amazing, especially in the city. But the other thing is that I've always heard the Yamahas are small and thin. Well, guess what? I'm not small and thin. I'm a bigger guy with bigger shoulders and a bigger, posterior, and that's the reason that I bought this bike. Not only is the seat really big and comfortable, no matter whether you're doing city riding or you're really doubled over, but if you are in a full tuck, with my shoulder width and my chest and even my gut, if I'm fully open, my arms fit right here underneath the tank, and I love it. It's like Aprilia knows how to build like racing machines. But that's another reason why I got it, because even though I'm a bigger guy, I still feel like I'm not Donkey Kong riding a dirt bike. Well, there's a lot of other technology features, and I'm probably gonna forget a lot because, to be honest, I'm a little lazy. I don't like to read. But the nice thing is that this thing has an automatic up and down quick shifter, so no clutch needed. Just get out of first gear and bang through the gears with your foot, and you are going and cruising. Now, another great thing is that you also do have different modes. You have dynamic mode, you have commute mode, and you even have race mode if you're feeling frisky. And definitely you should not use race mode on the street, especially if you're a new guy like I am, because I'm definitely no expert in motorcycle riding, but I'm trying to improve myself each day. Now, another great thing that I love about the bike is the sound. When you get the stock Aprilia, you have nice burbles and pops when you're downshifting. Really makes you feel like you're on something fun. But when you switch out the exhaust like I did, I went with the SC Project SCR1 racing exhaust, and even though I couldn't get the baffle out, it might have been for the best, because this thing is loud. Take a listen. This bike, with that new exhaust, it's like uncorking a dragon. Not only can you hear it loud and clear, and those deep rumbles become much more pronounced, but you literally become a dragon, because as I found out from my buddy Chris, this thing, with only the exhaust, no tune, with only the exhaust, it spits a blue flame that is awesome at night. Oh, it really speaks my inner child, and I love it for that. Oh my goodness. Now, to kind of juxtapose that, what are a few things that I don't love about the bike? Well, now we got to get into the real stuff. So there were two instances in these past few months that made me question my purchase of the Aprilia. Not because it doesn't look good or because it's not quick or because it didn't start, but there were two issues that kind of made me feel, oh, what did I do? One of those is the linkage from the quick shifter to the transmission, because as you can see, if you jimmy it around a little bit, it actually slips off. I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen. Aprilia have addressed it, but even though it's after been addressed, it's still kind of sliding around, which is a little So as long as you don't pull it, you should be fine. And apparently, another thing that you'll notice about the Aprilia is that they like to drip oil. I thought my special edition bike, being the Stars and Stripes, that it is right here, wouldn't have it, but yeah, likes to drip oil too. So when I found that, I took it to the dealership. Eurocycles Orlando was great in getting it fixed. It took a little bit because apparently Aprilia doesn't have any warehouses here in the United States, but I finally got my bike back. Normal oil drips, and unless you really yank that thing, it's not really gonna move. So do I regret it? Not really, because if I wanted a safe and boring bike, I would have bought something Japanese, you know? But I wanted something fast and exciting, so I went ahead, got myself an Italian bike. So yeah, still no regrets, baby. Now let's get into the Stars and Stripes edition. So the things that make the Stars and Stripes edition different than other RS660s is one, the livery, the colorway of the motorcycle, because this was entered in the American's Twins Cup, and I guess the bike that won had the same type of color combination. So they made that this road going bike, and again, mine is 534, so it's limited run number of 1,500 units. And even though I haven't figured out how to do it, supposedly this bike is able to go from regular traditional shift pattern to the GP shift pattern without any tools, and I don't know how to do that. But then again, I don't know how to use cruise control, so it's probably more of a laziness by not reading than actually capability. So that's another reason why I got the bike. And plus, red, white, and blue, guess what? I went and got the shoes, red, white, and blue. Now I just need the helmet, baby. So if you're giving out a free red, white, and blue helmet that looks really good, send me a couple pictures. I want to see what I can do with the bike. But guys, this thing is absolutely amazing. And even though this might not be the only bike you should buy, if you actually only bought this bike, I don't think you'd be that sad. So guys, that has been my experience riding and owning my Aprilia RS660 Stars and Stripes. So I love that you guys came along with this little adventure with me. Listen to me talk. So if you want to hear more, make sure you subscribe and like these videos so that way you can get the freshest stuff whenever it's dropped. So until next time, I'm gonna get your bike guy, and I'll see you soon. Oh, I need to do my hair. Helmet hair. Go figure. Just get out of first gear and bang through the gears. Bap, 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 bap. One thing that I've learned is that people who drive Infinities are a bunch of jackasses. So, oops, did I say that out loud? I'm just joking, but yeah.